Hey guys, Elite Legionario here, and I'm bringing you a 2 versus 2 for Rome Total War. And today I'll be in command of the Seleucid Empire, and my ally, Dosack, will be in command of the Spqr Romans, and our opponents, KantoRaichu, will be in command of Carthage, and Purple First Cohort will be in command of the Brutii Romans. So my army consists of 1 unit of Levy Python as the Peeler Shield, because I suspect that I would be fighting Rome. 6 units of Gold Attack, 1 Experienced Silver Shield Pikes. 4 units of Gold Attack Companion Cavalry and 2 units, not Gold Attack, Gold Companion Cavalry and 2 units of Gold Cataphracts. And 4 units of Gold Attack Archers. The rules were CWB, and it was 20k, so it was 5 extra k more than I normally play, so that's why I got some more units. I expected the 2 Roman players to do an urban spam, and my expectation was met. So this guy's got 1, 2, 3, hold on, I think he's got about 4, he's got about 5 urban cohort, gold, 4 Praetorian Cav, some Praetorian cohort there, didn't notice that, some archers, some gold triarii, and same pretty much set up for the Brutii player, although he said he hadn't played in like a year, so I think that's fair for him to have that kind of army. So he's got 5 gold urban cohort, he's got some couple of Praetorians and Legionary Cav, and some archers and stuff. And the Carthaginian player has like 6 units of huge upgrades on the Sacred Band. I think he's maxed them out, or if they're not, they're just 1 chevron from maxed out, so they are hugely superior to my pikes. He's got 6 units of Gold Attack Sacred Band Cavalry, so my cavalry is vastly superior to his. He's got 4 units of Balearic Slingers, 5 units actually, I think. He's got 5 units of Balearic Slingers, and I don't think he's got any upgrades on them. And he's got 1 unit of General's Armoured Bodyguard. So, it probably would have been best if Rome had fought Rome and I had fought Carthage, but it doesn't work out like that. And I think these guys make some really bad moves. They keep running downhill and decreasing their chances by going downhill. I managed to get a heap of shots into these cav and take out a bundle of them. Now I turn my attention to these Sacred Band with all my archers, and look at this. I just massacre like 20, 30 of them just with a few arrows, and he cannot afford to waste these men at all. We've got a considerable height advantage. What I would have done is I probably would have deployed up here and ran out to this side a bit to get a bit of a height, or at least even terrain, which is what I've done in other videos, but in my opinion this wasn't a good move. So anyway, what I've decided to do is I've decided to put my Silver Shields in short blockier formations, because that'll allow them to last longer against these Sacred Band if they get caught in a one-on-one. And I'm not going to be able to amass on one side like I normally do, because I'll be intercepted by Rome, which is in a very odd formation. But I'm happy to just continue the missile duel with them at the moment, because my ally's not completely set up. So basically what we've decided is, we saw that Rome was so far back and disorganised, the Brutii, that we're just gang up and destroy Carthage. But we end up taking a bit longer than we thought. Here he charges in some of his Sacred Band, but I'm going to intercept it with some of my companions here in a moment. He'll probably get 1 or 2 of my archers, but it's a waste of time, because now he's going to lose this guy almost instantly to my companions. And I will likely, I pretty much run that unit down. So he took about 4 or 5 archers and lost an entire Sacred Band Cav unit, which is a very big waste. And I'm using mass missile fire tactics against these Balearic Slingers, and it's being very effective. Balearic Slingers actually got greater range than standard archers, and they're better than standard archers in my opinion. I've seen it done time and time again to me. They're a very good slinger unit. Historically they are very good too, they are famed for their use of the sling. So mostly we're just continuing the archer duel. We've got the height advantage. We just want to wipe out all their archers. I think both of them were foolish to continue to retreat downhill because it just increases our height advantage. The host was Dosack, and I was like the second person in, so I just went automatically to his team. Here the Carthaginian players decides to advance upward, but the Roman player is just not in support for the Carthaginian player, which is going to cost the Carthaginian player any chance he's got. So here he brings forward his cav, and I'm going to go forward with mine. So here my cataphracts come in, and my 2 units companions come in, but he's going to retreat, and I want to try and catch them, so I'm quite keen to hunt them down. So what's going to happen is these urbans are going to get to face these Sacred Band, and these urbans are going to be able to do it. I think they've got gold against the Sacred Band. Have got more upgrades, so it'll be fairly even, but urbans are better than Sacred Band, so it's pretty even. So here I'm going to withdraw. My cav was a wee bit unresponsive here, but fortunately it didn't matter too much. I'm going to lose a few men to missile fire, but I don't think it's a big deal. So I decided to put all my cav onto my right there. And what's going to happen is 2 of these Sacred Band units, which are very stretched out, you can see there's only about 3 each and 3 to the line, and 3 men deep, are going to end up facing my Silver Shields. Now Sacred Band are vastly superior to Silver Shields, particularly with this amount of upgrades, but it looks like these 2 units don't actually have any upgrades at all. I don't think I noticed that in before. I thought they did have, I don't know. But anyway, I don't think I realised that at the time. I thought they had just as many upgrades. But what I'm going to do is I'll bring two units of my my Silver Shields forward rather, and I'll keep them in these dense formations, and you'll just see them rip right through these superior pikes with ease. All the while we continue shooting their archers and stuff, but I want to withdraw my archers a bit. So this guy's actually got 4 Praetorian cohorts as a reserve line, very clever. He sacrificed cav, which is good because we actually organised that I would have more cav and he would have more infantry, and it worked out really well for us. This is an annoying little glitch, sometimes it happens where only a few units will charge. I could understand his frustration at that. So here I bring forward my guys. As I said, I thought there was a lot more upgrades on these guys, but they appear to have none, which means my guys will just eat through them like nothing else. But even if they had the huge upgrades, my men still would win because there's 2 for each one, and they're packed in these real deep formations. So this is how you can do in better units. So if you're up against like Sacred Band with hoplites, with Silver Shields rather, this is the thing where you pack them into these deep formations because you've got the numbers will allow you to do better. So here I see that these Praetorian cav move up, and I'm going to hit them on the side here because I want to catch them unawares, and I managed to do so. Here I managed to rout his Sacred Band, and now I'm free to hit the backs of these other Sacred Band units. So here I'm massacring up these Praetorian cav, and I'm doing it pretty well, but I'm pretty sure I send this cataphract unit in to hit the backs of these Sacred Band, which are, well, they're not beating these urbans. Even with all those upgrades, they're still not beating those urbans, so there's a testament to more urban power. But I'm just going to finish it off. Yes, I'm going to send all my these units of cav into the backs, and they hold out for a wee bit, but it's a pretty much surefire thing. And I'm just routing up more of his men. But the biggest mistake these 2 made, and this is a mistake a lot of people make in a 2 vs 2, and it's cost me 2 vs 2, is when you don't communicate with your ally. You must always communicate with your ally if you hope to win. Some people I've tried communicating with, they won't communicate with me, it annoys me. But it's just the way it goes. Here he sends in his armoured bodyguard, but I've got a unit of pikes to assist. I usually try to communicate with my
the enemy army is in flight! Pursue them! Drive them from the battlefield!
I always try to communicate with my ally. Occasionally I haven't, I'll admit it, and that's been a problem on my part, but mostly, or pretty much always, I usually do. So anyway, I'm going to send my cav out and mop up archers and other cav units. This guy's still got some urbans around, but I'm shooting at them, and they're getting quite a lot of flank shots and things, so those urbans are going to get beat. We've got a decisive cavalry advantage and infantry advantage now because Carthage is out of the picture, and that's solely because I'm not pinning it on Rome. He said he hadn't played it in a year, so I mean that happens. But he didn't support him.
Press forward so that the spirit of his army is broken too.
He didn't support, and that cost these two. Now these Praetorian cav are extremely good cavalry. The only thing better than them is cataphracts, in my opinion. But it's just too late for them now. Our cavalry advantage is overwhelming. So what will happen here is I'm just going to get more flank shots on these urbans. I'm moving my pikes forward to hit them on the side. And a lot of this is going to be hitting my Peeler shield, which is perfect, and they're going to get destroyed here by these overwhelming numbers of silver shields, and I can bring cavalry in to complete the destruction of those urbans, whilst Dosack brings his urbans up to bring down the remainder. But these urbans rout even under that, so it's just overwhelming numbers there. Usually that's how you want to beat urbans, with numbers and hammer and anvil type tactics. I didn't want to do a charge into these because I knew they'd get intercept. Oh, it's only an early legionary cohort. I thought that was a urban unit. I didn't notice that. At the time I must have thought it was an urban unit, but it doesn't matter. Here we come in to do a surround and to destroy them. So as you can see, we've pretty much cleaned up any of the opposition and lost very few men in the process. We had the height advantage, but that's just the way this map is, all the way down to the pretty much all the way down really. It's just a height advantage to whoever starts at the top, and that's usually the host and his ally, which is me. And we didn't hill camp. We came right down the hill. They kept retreating and we kept chasing, so no one can say we hill camped. We just had a height advantage because of the outline of the map. So anyway, I'm going to run down these Praetorian legionary cavalry with my companions,
The enemy army
and
is
that'll
in
be
flank.
that.
Pursue them! Drive them from the battlefield!
So as you can see, we've pretty much cleaned up all opposition on the battlefield. In my opinion, the reason this was so easy for us is because they keep retreating downhill, making it easier and easier for us. So when you're on a map like this, in my opinion, you've probably seen me do it before, I start over here and I usually end up sort of running off into this direction, and it kind of evens out a bit. I mean, it's not always perfect, but it does deprive the opponent of all their height advantage, and that's what I was saying to these guys. They said, man, you kicked their ass, and I said, yeah, but you kept giving height to us, and I said, not a good move. You need to deprive us of our height advantage, or at least diminish it in some way. I said, because they had perfectly capable infantry of beating us. I mean, those Sacred Band would have massacred my silver shields, except for those two that I managed to beat because they were because they didn't have the upgrades. But I mean, Urban Cohort, the Brutii overlated Urban Cohort, and if he'd focused his attention on me, he would have very likely beaten my infantry. I had a pretty good cav advantage though, and I probably could have used them. But he was a year out of practice, and that's what he said to us when he joined. He said, I haven't played for a year, so that's quite a big, that's a huge time to not be playing. So I mean, if anyone who's not played this for a year, I thought he did alright for being off for a year. But but he needed to support the Carthaginian player better.
This is a victory fit for the gods, a day of triumph to mark with a song or two.
So anyway, it's just about to end. There we go. So that's a clear victory. I had 1,491 men, I got 1,110 kills, and I had 1,198 men remaining, so I lost very few casualties and I also got the most kills. Dosack, my ally, had 1,220 men, he got 791 kills, and he had 1,067 men remaining. Purple first cohort, who was the Brutii player, he had 839 men, he got 172 kills and 77 men remaining. And KantoRaichu had 1,235 men, he got 304 kills and had 86 men remaining. So a pretty decisive victory for me and Dosack. So as you can see, my cavalry did a fantastic job, all of them cleaning up an immense amount of casualties. My silver shields, they all got in a bit, but they didn't take many casualties, but then again they didn't get a whole lot of action, only a couple of them did. And my archers, as you can see, got absolutely loads and loads of kills. My levies took all those peelers and saved me a lot of damage. That unit, the archers that took 67, must have been the one that got charged by those sacred band, but it didn't really matter. So as you can see, my archers did really well, getting well over, all up around 140s, 30s, 50s, so that was sort of about the archers, but that's probably to be expected considering the way this battle panned out. So anyway, it's a good game for Dosack, Purple first cohort, and KantoRaichu. Hope you guys enjoy it, and I'll see you next time.